Joining us today for Primetime Local News is best-selling author Anna J. Stewart. Thank you so much for taking the time to be able to speak with us today, Anna.
Thanks so much for having me, Shelby. It's great to be here.
Always really happy to be able to have some authors on here to be able to speak. We definitely got some readers here in the border city, so it's always a great time. So we are speaking on your newest novel called Exposed, correct?
It is, yes. It's the first book in my new Circle of the Red Lily series, which is a romantic thriller, romantic suspense series.
Yeah, so can we start off with you explaining what this series is all about? What can readers and Anna J. Stewart fans expect with this?
Sure. So the series itself launches with Exposed, where my heroine, Riley Temple, uncovers a group of undeveloped photos. She's a photographer. She develops them, and what she develops calls into question a notorious murder conviction that kind of is the jumping off point for what happens from there on. So she inadvertently exposes a secret society that's been existing for quite a while within the upper echelons of Hollywood and other powerful businesses. And yeah, so it's kind of a little bit of everything. It's got mystery, it's got a lot of romance, it's a little sexy, it's a little dark, and it's the kind of book I've always wanted to read. And I call it my Women's Murder Club meets LA Confidential.
Well, we definitely all know that there is a lot of romance fans out there for those novels, and they'll probably enjoy this series, especially like you were saying, with that dark twist on it. So, how has that response been so far since the release?
So it came out last Tuesday. It came out on November 15th, and the response has actually been really great. The fun thing about this, primarily before now, I've been writing a lot of sweet romances and romantic suspense for Harlequin. So I've written a lot of category romances, and this is a full-on single title big book where really all of the restrictions I usually have when I'm writing are gone. So I'm getting a lot of new readers, a lot of people who haven't read me before, which is awesome and was part of the goal. But also even my usual readers are really falling in love with these characters. And it's a large cast of characters because you meet all of the heroines for the 5 books in this particular book. So there's a very close-knit group of friends. And so it also has a really big theme of family found, which all of my books always have. But, you know, family being what we make, in addition to the family that we're born with.
And I know you were kind of explaining just a little bit, but could you expand on what you would say really inspired the series?
Well, I'm a huge movie and TV fan. So a lot of my ideas usually come from something I'm watching and how I would do something differently, or an idea that it just sparks in my mind. And this entire idea actually came from watching an episode of White Collar, which was a show that was on a number of years ago with Matt Bomer and Willie Garson. And in this particular episode, Willie Garson's character buys an old storage unit that had a bunch of photography equipment in it. Well, he was focused on other things, but what I was thinking is, well, what if there's undeveloped film in there? What would be on that film? That's really where the whole idea for the entire series was based on. And it's like a film that's been lost and hidden for decades, and somebody comes across it with the ability to develop it, really just as a curiosity to see what someone might have thought was important enough to capture on film. And just by that one action and that one decision to pick up that film, everything in her life changes. So I really liked the idea of exploring that. And also, I've been a huge fan of old Hollywood, and I grew up on Errol Flynn and Marilyn Monroe movies and Shirley Temple movies. So being able to call in the whole idea of the golden age of Hollywood and pull in the history, as well as some of the machinations that, you know, I imagine go on today, was really what was driving the entire story, and continues to. I start book 2 this week, so.
Ah, that makes sense. I think that's really cool that you're able to find some inspiration from White Collar, that TV show, because I've always wondered where there was some inspiration from, you know, some film or TV shows for authors. And it's pretty cool that you found an idea and kind of switched a little bit on it and did a different twist on it. I think that's really interesting. Now, for people that want to find some more information on Anna J. Stewart and looking at your previous work and finding more information on this new series, where can they look online?
Sure. Best place to find me is on my website. It's www.authorannastewart.com. I write under Anna J. Stewart, and I write sweet romance, romantic suspense. I have a little bit of paranormal romance. I write throughout the entire genre. So there's a little something for everybody with all of my books, and there are quite a few to choose from. But Exposed is really it's something new and different for me, and I'm really excited about continuing the series.
Perfect, Dana. Well, I'm really glad we're able to speak and help get the word out on this new series. So, for all you readers out there, make sure to go check out Exposed. And thanks again so much for joining us today. This was great.
Thanks so much, Shelby. It was great speaking with you.